Allegri went out there to attack. I think he really caught Inter off guard. They got back into it, and they had legit chances afterwards. The Correa chance where he was all off balance when he finished and whatever. So you can say, well, they could have added, Inter could have scored more. But I would say, but that's after they took the lead, after they got outplayed in the first half. Sometimes teams just have these spells where
you have to have that bit of luck, and Don's absolutely right. They defended well throughout the game. They showed a lot of spirit. They kept the ball better in the second half. They defended for their lives when the balls came into the box. But you've got to remember, Vlahovic, with that brilliant turn just outside the box, should have scored. Chiellini hit the bar early on in the game from a set play. And they were caught, I think, a little bit off guard.
And they hit the woodwork another time, too.
Zakaria when he came on. I think they were caught a bit off guard, as you were saying, because Morata was playing on the left-hand side, coming in from that left-hand side. Sandro was getting high and wide on the left-hand side. Dybala playing in the hole behind the main centre-forward. So it was a very attacking lineup that Juventus put out. And for much of that first half, they dominated the game, but didn't take their chances. And Inter had that bit of luck. And you need that bit of luck when you are playing away from home against the top sides. And Juventus, over the last few weeks, have been a top side. But it might just be the springboard for Inter to go on and win the title.
Robert... Don, I want to ask you about Allegri's lineup and his setup, because I've long been a proponent that you can't play, defend, and counter and win. It's very, very difficult to go and do that. You have to take to the opposition, and it's been one of my criticisms, perhaps, of Allegri. But did we see that Juve can actually do that? That you can actually play this 4-2-3-1? It can get into your DNA at home. You can go and just batter the opposition and want the ball and keep the ball and really engage them high up the pitch? Or
I thought they were great. Gab.
Why don't they do this more often?
I know. Well, where I've watched Juve over the past season or so, and I keep seeing Max Allegri sometimes revert to a 4-4-2, and that's fine. Tactics are tactics. As I said before, I'm not a guru on tactics. But when I see individual players playing in that system, i.e., Rabiot playing as a left-sided player, a left winger, if you like, because he's in a 4-4-2. I'm thinking, no, that's not his position. He played centrally last night, and I thought he had one of his best games. I thought he was outstanding. So that's the system, or that's the system to match that personnel. Dybala, as Stu said, was in the hole. Morata's so much better now. Vlahovic is in the team because the focus is now on not on Morata playing as a number 9, but he's back to play. He can face the play, he can try his tricks, and he works a lot harder rather than being the focal point. So as performances go, he must be scratching his head, Allegri, thinking, we couldn't have done much more last night. As you said, the chances, they got their luck. I mean, the big turning points in the game was obviously the penalty, the discussion about maybe a Bastoni foul in the second half. Juve could have had a penalty. Should Lautaro Martinez actually been pitch inside half an hour?
We're going to get to Lautaro in a minute.
Yeah, as games goes, Gab, it was absolutely wild.
I think if you're a Juve fan, if I were a Juve fan, which I'm not, but I would say,
You're anything but a Juve fan, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I would say, Max, stick with this.
Yeah.
Stick with some version. I know Dybala's leaving or whatever, but stick with this attitude. And maybe, if Morata's not there, maybe you play Moise Kean, maybe you play Bernardeschi on the other side. You've got alternatives. But this has to be the framework, at least in terms of attitude, of being proactive, of taking the game to the opposition. This whole fino alla fine stuff, till the end, it's fine. Those days are gone. They're not coming back. You need to have players who want to play the ball and who go and engage in attack. And you showed that you can do it.
To win the title, to win the Champions League, to win whatever tournament you're in, you have to be a proactive side. You have to have possibly more of the ball in the top third of the field. You have to go and win the ball high up the field. You have to be the dominant side. That's what Juventus were under Antonio Conte those first 3 years. That's what they were when Max Allegri first took over. I'm not sure why he's changed in this second situation.
I'd argue he changed probably towards the end of his first stint. Yes. Then they tried to change it with Sarri and Pirlo, and for many reasons it didn't work. Also because I think the players just weren't suited to it, and they had Cristiano who required a certain a certain way of playing. But man, I actually, if I'm Juve, I'm disappointed for the result. But I look around and I see that Atalanta lost,
good
and I'm thinking to myself,
we played well.
You know what? We played well. I feel more confident about finishing top 4, not less confident, despite the defeat.
fully agree with you, Gab.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.